There you go.
All right. Love the Russian music in the background. I think I'm not in the mood for that one, actually. Let's kick it up one. We just listened to that one. Come on. Really? Is there only two songs that are playing? Jeez.
Yes.
Welcome back to the Call of the Hunger. The last time we left off, our ragtag bunch had struck a deal with the god, having traveled through the Chaos Engine, Corkeo Corpus Insania Ordo Infinitum, the workshop of the gods, in which people in the land itself are reforged and put back into dwelling. Our party, daring through trial and tribulation, they managed to make it to Azralam, the god of disaster. And he answered the door. Azralam, seeing our beleaguered party and seeing the aptitude in them, no mere mortals could attempt to even get his attention. He said, "You know what? I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to listen to you. Do you know why? Because you guys are an omen. You are an omen that my son, Azrael, is going to be coming back. And if he comes back, that's bad news bears for everyone else." So he said, "You know what? I'll listen to you guys. I'll hear what you guys have to say. I'll listen to your problems on one condition. You swear to me, in the northern custom, something sacred beyond all sacred beyond all other acts, that you will go and kill my son for me." Party said, "Let's do it." So, Party, in exchange, asked that they were given the power to slay such a being. After all, how could they even fulfill the request otherwise? They asked if their time here in this awful place could be abbreviated. Grab chemo for us and shoot us out the front door, please. And then third, one of our party members, who from one of the original party members and one of the new party members, asked if they would be willing to bring Ollie back from the dead and let him keep his new mortal vestige. Azralan said, "I cannot do what you ask, but I can ask the one who has the power to do so. But I must warn you, there will be consequences. For I will leave the engine of this world. I will leave the helm of this machine, and in doing so, who knows what might happen, even for Button." Party said, "Okay, we're good." And with that, you guys were jettisoned out of this place. And now, we pick back up. As you wake up to the dead of night, the stellarium peering through the great tear in the canopy of the forest above you. You can see comets soaring and astral bodies whirling vivid against the deep blackness that is its canvas. As you come to, you are not alone, but you are not together either. Who would like to start?
Probably our scout lady.
Me?
Why not Mr. Leader Man?
Yeah.
I gotta put my kidneys back in place.
He doesn't have the best skill set for this kind of thing.
I need my sword pointed somewheres.
Well, when we open our eyes, do we have the two counterparts we were hoping for beside us?
All right, Emery. The first thing that you note when you wake up is the smell of home. The scent of the natural oils from your brother's hair as you spoon him.
Emery,
You didn't have to make it weird.
Oh, come on. You guys are
you're the
both
one
making it
sniffing
weird.
his hair.
Yeah, well.
Then a feeling sets in. Can you give me a discipline check?
Sure. And sorry, I'm just off camera because I am eating, and I want to make everybody watch that.
Shucks.
They could just not look at your camera.
I mean, that's true.
I'm eating.
One success.
One success?
Yep.
Okay. You feel the hunger, the miasma of it, set back in. What traits did you have before?
Just Ollie felt the hunger. I didn't have any hunger symptoms. If that's what you're asking.
Okay. Ironically, as you wake up, the feelings of restlessness overcome your body. And that is why you're the first to wake up.
Makes sense.
Please add faint nuisance restless to your conditions. As you wake up, it is not just you and your brother. Another larger figure looms in the vicinity.
His name's Bull. Jesus.
A minotaur with ash gray fur, wielding a censer, and almost like a woolly brown Moleg Beg kilt, stands ever present. And he looks down to you with his big cow eyes.
Hey there.
I wasn't sure if you would wake. It seems the black goat has other plans for you yet.
Well, yeah, him and Azralam, as it so happens. I start kind of trying to nudge the other people awake. Holding my brother's hand still.
So, looking around, the others aren't immediately around you.
Oh,
Sucks to be you.
but
I love
Ollie's
that.
here, so that's
But
good.
you can give me a perception check.
That I will do.
Yeah, you better perceive that.
One success. I like that. That's been
Okay.
both of my rolls so far.
Looking around quickly, what you do notice is that there appears to be underneath faint fey lights from different ensorcelled creatures that have called this place a sanctuary. You see that there are almost like little nest beds in different areas scattered throughout. Some of them up on the stone, like that makes the henge here. But you're in, relatively speaking, a maze of hedges, and you just managed to make out another humanoid figure that appears to be sleeping in this area, but like just around the bend, you see like a boot and another minotaur standing over them.
Oh, is this where we landed when we came back up, or how did this all work?
Your forms were made manifest upon the The gate spat you out, back into the eye. Back from the eye. There we collected you, and found you a place of rest. Your companions are fine, and are being watched over as we speak. We have a peculiar interest in mutants. Few ever go into the eye willingly. Those that do never return. I myself, quite curious about your brother. I felt his presence before he left.
Ollie, are you awake?
Yeah, sorry, it's different. When you reincorporated me back in that place, I could feel like myself again, but that's a lie. I know that now. This is what it feels to be myself. I'm sorry. I'm awestruck. He kind of just looks at his hands as he's sitting there.
I can't believe it worked. I'm so glad. Did you guys... was anything strange when we, popped back up? Was there also, another figure that... The elephant man? Do you remember?
I would call this experience entirely unorthodox and singular. Except for the fact that one Dajong had appeared in scant Twillet's time and caused all of this to unfold to begin with. And yes, that Dajong was returned with the rest of you. It appears taking the chance on your party was as the gods intended. Clearly, the Black Goat has found favor. Clearly you have found the favor of the Black Goat. Though I wouldn't abuse it.
I wouldn't dare, but, would you mind bringing me to my friends? I just want to make sure everyone's alright, all their pieces in the proper places and all of that. It was kind of a wild time.
Your friends are alive and well. I will take you to them, but I will first commune with my brethren, the other herd callers, to judge the appropriateness of the matter. And with that, we'll turn to one of the other party members. Ilya, as you wake up, a large bowl is sitting on a stone. Probably it's a fat, 5 foot by 5 foot cubal stone that he's sitting on. And he's got long, heavy dreads and a blue toga, and a hammer sits on the stone next to him. It itself, a head on it, 2 foot in length, and probably about 8 inches in face. 8 inches square in face. As you wake up, you don't see his face, as his dreads cover most of it. But he lets out a bit of an exhale through his great nostrils as you come to, with drawing your attention.
Hello. Can you tell me where I am?
You have returned to the sanctuary of His Majesty. You lie and rest back in the woodlands, and in our company, and in the company of the herd callers. He slowly turns his head in your attention, and you can see one eye through the logs. It's piercing white blue.
Well, thank you for your hospitality and tending to us. Have you seen or are aware of where my companions are?
I am. And I have. They are here gathered amongst the stones, cared for like yourself. Each of you, a peculiarity to us Sisimoto. We have thought it best to evaluate you individually.
Well, you've been hospitable and helping strangers on their quest. And again, I'm very grateful for it. So, what do you need from me? What questions do you have now that I have seen the Eye of Azralan?
I'm curious. You carry a boon with you. That of my god. I sense agency and purpose. Quite frankly, I am humbled. I see it as a great honor to answer my God. And I am ashamed was not able to bring whatever tasks he has clearly bequeathed you. Was not able to bring them to me. Part of me wants to assess you as a warrior and judge your worth myself, but I know that is not my place. Do know that our God is a fair one, although it may not seem like it. You will walk amongst your kin soon enough. And your kin are a destructive force, and they need to be met with fire.
Well, there's some truth in all the things you said. In that, yes, we are a destructive force, but we are one with great and direct purpose, especially to your God. We are on the opposite side of that gate because your God interceded. He saw our worth, having traveled to the center of the eye, having... Well, I did lose my life, and was returned to life by one of my comrades. Having lost my life once, and nearly losing it twice, we made our way to the center of the eye, and we were granted passage out, and I was granted a boon. We have earned that favor through a bargain with Azralam, so our destructive force is indeed with purpose.
All destruction needs to be curtailed and used with great reservation. Knowing when not to unleash the power of our God is our greatest burden. understand that. It is easy for the likes of you and me to cut swaths through all types. But that is exactly why our God's purpose is here. Because mankind so carelessly wields the powers that they have that they know not the effects. And thus our God must curtail their own endeavors and be seen as a cynical tyrant who laughs at their displeasures. Careful in the ways that you wield the power that you have, lest a hero slay you altruistically.
I was given this power to complete my quest with Azralam. I do not seek. I have not, would not, do not, will not, any combination you like, use my weapon as a toy, even before I was granted a boon by Azralam himself. And as you were, I was humbled, having been faced with Azralam himself, and I know full well that I am being given a small piece of something tremendous, something far more powerful than my mortal life, in that I am merely an insignificant instrument, and that at any moment a force greater than mine could take my life in a way that I can't recover from, and that there are precious few differences between myself and those whom I seek to destroy.
Remember, even though you might see yourself insignificant in comparison to the powers of others, there are those who would find themselves insignificant compared to the powers you wield. His ear kind of twitches a moment, and he kind of sniffs. That is all. Carry on, soldier. I will bring you to your brethren. That way you may deliberate on the course you have. And with that, I'm going to move on to another. Bull. As you wake up, there is a red-maned minotaur sitting, kicking his legs on top of a large arch nearby. And as he sits there, he seems to be fidgeting with a ball back and forth in his hands.
All right. So when I come conscious, it's kind of violent. I sit up really fast. I'm reaching for my back to grab my axe, and I'm kind of looking around
As soon as you violently wake up like that, he tosses the ball at you.
Did you say at me?
Yeah. Give me a coordination check.
Oh, and I lied. I did not upgrade my coordination. I thought I did. But I still got a 3 and 1 somehow.
Nice. You catch the ball as he hops down and reaches down to give you a hand up. Great. You're up.
Oh, how long have I been out for?
Only 2 days. Sorry, no. Only, he goes, only a few hours.
Oh, that is surprising, seeing as what we've done and what we did while we were in there.
Oh, You guys were gone for many days.
Yeah, well, we didn't sleep during those days either.
So... Oh, actually, sorry. Let me back up. Ilya, can you and Bull both roll me discipline or cool check?
Either.
Like, everything except for brawn related is the same roll for
Of course.
me. 2 and 0.
2.
Okay. Ilya, did you have any previous effects of the call? I don't think you did.
No. Wait, no, I think a faint hunger.
Hunger? Okay.
I think.
That comes back to you, but otherwise you don't feel any anything new. Bowl, however, you too wake up rather restless. Please add.
So yeah, I startled awake.
Yeah, faint restlessness to your flaws. So sorry to go back to Bull here. He kind of looks this plaid wearing Bull looks you over with kind of a scrutinous eye. And he pokes you in the chest. You seem a lot like when you went in, for the most part.
Oh god, the shit that we did in there, you wouldn't believe.
Yeah. Situations come and go. We learn how to adapt, don't we?
Yeah, well, right off the gate, I found myself wrestling a staircase. One of my friends splattered on the ground shortly after that, and then came back. And then we saw a giant thing, and then witnessed another one of my teammates get squashed by a giant boulder, and then come back. And then we had to run away from this giant wave that I've never seen before, across boulders and reefs where there used to be ocean. And then we had to ride a hurricane to the very top of it.
Huh. You came
And
out
then
on the other
spoke to a
side.
god.
Scrot be praised. You are a fine specimen. Your whole group. You got someone up there to thank for that. Say, what's your take on all this nonsense, this with Cinder acting up?
Well, however long it's been since I had left from camp, my warband, or what have you call us, came across Cinder, and he wasn't looking too hot. And shortly after, everybody seems to kind of lost their minds, so to speak.
Ah, well. Cinder's always been an enigma. He kind of does what he pleases. Tell you what, though,
Well,
there's never been anything that can keep him down.
Well, I understand, him doing as he pleases, but he looked downright sickly. He had this ichor coming out of almost every orifice in his face. And he just wasn't right.
Well, you know what they say. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Except for
Anyway.
losing a limb.
Yeah, well, I may have come back from that stronger, I guess.
Point in case. With that, I'm gonna go over to Wretch. Thank you.
Eh.
As you wake up, another a Minotaur also stands above you. This one is bright white in his fur, wearing worn-out black vestiges. He carries a scythe in the crook of his arm and stands over you without looking at you at all. You wake up and he's just looking out to the world itself, still as a statue.
Hello.
His tail twitches, and he looks down at you with a imposing regard. It's not glaring, but you can feel the weight of his voice. Hello, Wretch Brave.
You have my cinder block.
Where did you leave your cinder block?
I threw it at a manticore a long time ago.
Oh. He pauses for a moment and tilts his head and goes, I know of no stones beholden to the god of the hunger.
Most unfortunate. What do you need?
I need donuts. Looking upon you, it appears the gods themselves have cast judgment today. Know that you can leave this place unmolested.
End of sentence?
Indeed, no caveats. I hold.
All right. Sounds good. I sit up, look around, ready to go. Met somebody that's not trying to kill me.
And as you are getting all spry, Emery bumps into you. Oliver is staying back, still a bit befuddled.
Oh. There you are. Are you all
Hey.
good?
Yeah. Yeah, was that like a dream or what? What's going on with that? What's the weird excuse that we don't have to go fight a god or whatever?
I don't think there's a weird excuse on that one, buddy. I think that was the real deal.
Okay. Okay.
But
So, brothers all alive and stuff? That's
Yeah.
cool. That's fun. That's
That-
nice.
officially
Okay.
meet Ollie. Ollie.
Look,
Sorry. And he comes stumbling back, and you see the other Minotaur lumbering with him forward in your guys' labyrinth here.
some casual necromancy, that's fine.
He kind of looks at you, and his expression glows. I think this is what you guys do in the old world, right? Pleasure to meet you. Holding out his hand.
I'm gonna do a quick like check to make sure if I touch his hand, I won't be cursed forever.
Give me a knowledge dark check.
Oddly.
Have you washed your hands today?
Hello, used to be corpse. If you washed your hands, that just makes it fine. That is a 0 and 1.
You have no idea.
I
You are
fist
just
bump
as
him.
paranoid as you were before the check.
I fist bump him a little bit, just like a eh.
Oh,
And then I kind of like rub my knuckles against my shirt.
He goes, you fist bump his open hand, and he's like, "Oh, cool. Whatever's your preference." These
Yeah.
are nice shrubs. Wow, you guys really maintain these.
Can I? Speaking of that, does he look normal? Can I do a little check? Is he how I remember him before the whole death thing?
Yeah.
Are appendages rotting and falling off? Or...
Zombie.
There was nobody left after what Art did.
Yeah, he got turned to ash.
So yeah,
How long has he been Ash?
Couple months.
couple months.
Like 3 or 4 months.
So yeah, does he look normal? Yeah.
Yeah, spitting image of what he was before.
It's
He doesn't have to
impressive,
spit. That's just rude.
really. Yeah. Are you feeling all right? Everything all good, brother?
Look at me. He runs his hands through the shrubs, and he starts running up and down the labyrinthian hall. He goes, "Look at it! Look at the sky! Smell the world!"
He looks normal, right? I ask Ratch now. Ask the doctor.
I kind of look at you like you're insane. And I'm like, yeah, for a dead guy, it looks pretty good.
The Acorus, the white-furred Minotaur, and Eucumanon, the ash colored Minotaur, look down and they collectively say, "Your brother's return is a blessing of our God. Know that his judgment has been cast, and our God does not deal in second hands. This is unequivocally a good."
Oh, absolutely. Thank you very much. And if you ever see him again, you tell him thank you too, yeah? From me? You know what I mean? Yeah? Okay. I think you knew what I meant. Yeah. Okay.
If you ever see your god, tell him thanks for me.
Yeah.
Some elf lady said thanks.
Yeah.
It's neither here nor there at that point.
Yeah.
Carry your thanks and gratitude into the world. Black Phillip will not hear it here. But know that what you do in this world will be tilled into the soil and made new again. Every breath that your brother takes today was a breath someone else could have taken tomorrow. Relish it and make use of it.
Okay, that sounds like a lot of pressure, but yeah. Okay, yeah.
We should probably go. Where are the other two?
Side question, DM. Wounds and strain.
You guys get the benefits of a long rest.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
We will take you to Wallaby, where he has fretted for 3 days on your condition, along with Kima. There, as your party regains their strength, we'll render them unto you. And with that, we'll say, for the sake of logistics, you guys all meet up in a clearing where you find Wallaby pacing back and forth, and with him are two more Minotaurs. The big one who greeted you originally, and another one in yellow. And the one in yellow stands at close proximation to a peculiar-looking individual, a Dajong, an elephantine creature with big old ears, a long trunk, standing about shoulder to shoulder with Bull in height. A little bit more on the husky side than the brawny side of things. And he's got gold-capped protrusions on each side of his trunk as well. He's wearing pretty dirty robes. But before you have any chance to be able to, like, analyze them to any degree, Wallaby looks over at the group and goes, "Ah! You're awake! This is wonderful! I was worried that you'd come back brain out. Wait, hold on, speak. Each of you speak. I don't want to be working with any toddlers these days."
Hey, Wallaby.
Hey, hello.
All right, we got one normal. I don't know what I can do with that, but how about you, big stuff? Shit.
Oh, damn it. My
Shit,
mic didn't pick that up.
shit.
I grunted.
Well, What? You made it! That's a cause worth celebrating over. A drink, I say.
That's valid.
And he pulls out a bottle and he uncorks it and he raises it up, takes a drink, and then he kind of looks over and he's like, and he passes it out.
I'll drink to that.
I'll drink to that, assuming I have the liver function for it still.
I pass.
Now's a good chance to see if you still have a liver.
If you didn't have a liver, you wouldn't have to worry about damaging it.
That's very true. I would just die.
That's the blasé of a man who's died before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Been there, done
yeah,
that.
whatever. I got better.
Or you could take one shot and just be permanently drunk.
That's true.
That checks out.
Well, thanks for waiting for us all this time, Wallaby. We didn't quite realize it would take this long.
Well, truth be told, I kind of expected this to last a while, and quite frankly, I really didn't want to be approaching the Grey Glade in the middle of a night fade. Anyways, this is not the best time to be traveling, if you catch my meaning.
Glad it was a convenient time for us to descend into hell for you.
Yeah. Why did we descend into hell again? Is there a Dajong in the room that we need to address?
Well, you go
Timo.
ahead and address the elephant in the room. Feel free.
By the
Ilya
way,
turns to...
who's still here? Are there a bunch of Minotaurs, or is it just us?
Yeah, there's a bunch of Minotaurs, Chemo, Wallaby, and all of you.
Okay.
Turn to Chemo with barely suppressed rage.
This figure turns its head slowly in your general direction, and you see that it has one purple eye and one green eye. And is in the dead of night kind of an imposing figure because all of his huge silhouette is pretty much black with the backing of a fire behind him.
Yeah, I got in a fight with a giant squid. That doesn't do much for me right now.
Well, two of
you
you
said-
should only have like 2 HP right now, though, too, so you should be barely standing.
I have like 4. 5, excuse me. 5 after that long rest.
Okay. Yeah, you said came out, and he looked at you.
So, you went down into the Eye of Azerlam. You made enemies with an ancient earth elemental who tried to cast us off into the unforgiving, churning abyss. And you took some rocks with you that didn't belong to you. Mad about the first part, but, water under the bridge and all that nonsense. But the second part has garnered the interest of certain parties within the woodlands who would like to speak to you.
If you mean the woman of the pale lady with the black cloak, she already wrongfully took the stones. Wrongfully took my stones. As to your accusations, I merely seeked an escape from a hostile situation. This was the options presented to me. Delve into the eye of the unknown, or certainly be at the mercy of fever-pitched war-frenzied primitives who are without much interest in keeping me alive should I continue to cooperate.
Okay.
Now, please, if you could garner me your name, that would be most civil of you, as you apparently know that I, Hero.
My name is Ilya of the Winterlands.
As you speak this, you see his eyes kind of lock on you, and you see one of his hands slowly. Emery, you raised your hand?
Does he seem magey?
Does he see Meiji?
Well, because he asked for his name, and he's a sus guy. Okay, so
Give me an investigation or give me an investigation check.
I just really don't trust him. So
You got something against elephants?
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
the problem is. 2 and 2.
2 and 2.
I have problems with people who make me go down to hell.
So looking at him, like he's got tattered cloaks on, but tattered robes on, but like it's super dark out, and like you've never been to like Arlinger and Arlinger and Chateau Vigor or any of those like mage academies. Like your interpretation of what a witch looks like is not something to go across. But you do think that his eyes look rather striking, right? But that's all you really have to go off of.
Can I just keep a path, or like an eye out, if he seems like he's gonna start like casting a spell or something like that? Just,
Yeah.
I'm just know I'm watching.
He
for
appears
that
to
type of
be.
thing.
He appears to be like fiddling. One of his hands is fiddling in almost like a swirling almost pattern, like he's signing, but it's kept low, and you don't know if it's whether or not it's a magical thing or if it's just the fact that he's back again, surrounded by people who seem to have beef with him, in the middle of a place that is an active war zone, all alone.
Alright. Sorry to interrupt.
You're good. That's all I have. Back to you, Ilya. Or anyone else wants to interject.
Yeah, I don't. I'm frustrated with the length that I took to get to you, but in reality, my mission is what matters to me. I have no quarrel with you yet. You are merely a point of information to get me to the end of my goal.
I can understand a practical situation. Bargains are no stranger to me, but I will not let Alyakovi make a fool out of me. I am more than willing to work with you.
Who is Olyakovi?
Alyakovi is the goddess uh, of the sly, essentially. She's known for like coupling up with people and making them do things that aren't in their interest, but making them think it is. But it really is in her interest.
Well,
She's a cuttlefish.
I do not bargain using guile. I prefer to be very clear with my intentions and my expectations. Anytime your name... One more time? Go ahead.
A man of... what's the word I'm looking for? A man of honor. A man of principles. I can respect that. I, too, find it very refreshing. However, don't allow that to get you in trouble. And with that, he kind of like cracks a smile a little bit, kind of like trying to break the ice, maybe. But
Look, buddy. I see you waving your hand, and I've had some really uncomfortable magical experiences. Brought me back to life, though. That was fun. Got to talk to a god. That was not as fun.
he goes, he puts up his hands up and goes, "It's a bit of a nervous stick. Hopefully you can understand. I have come from across the world and met many types of people. Sometimes I find it natural to gesticulate with both my hands and trunk. In many places of the world, body language is much more important than the sounds that you make. And I am a big person who intimidates many people, unfortunately."
Yeah, fighting a giant squid and a manticore and an onyx kind of changes my perspective on that. More to the point, the information that Ambrosia was more concerned with is what the hell you were doing up this way. And every time I have brought up your name or the circumstances that led you to coming to the woodlands, people often ask the same questions, and I feel like having that answered would help me a lot.
Give me a persuasion check. I'm gonna look at chemo stats. It's a willpower-based thing, right? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Maybe it's presence? Nah, it's willpower.
Is that under... So is that just a straight willpower roll, or could I use negotiation, or... I'm not seeing it.
Oh, sorry. Negotiation. Yeah. Sorry.
I got that.
Yep. That's just a slip of the tongue for me.
3 and 1.
3 and 1. Okay. He looks at you and goes, I will speak plainly for a plain person. Sorry, for folks who like such a thing. I have come to the woodlands for two purposes. One of my own, and one that of my masters. Now, I have given you information, a currency. All that I have is in my head. Giving this to you freely, that which you desire, ought to be considered an olive leaf. That is a thing that comes from Waikiki, considered a grace. What would you be willing to bring to the table in my most dire of circumstances?
I have safe passage out of the woodlands, as safe as any passage can be out of here. And at the moment, you don't. People in the woodlands do not like outsiders. People in the feeding grounds find a way to like them even less. I would confer with my party first, but what you have to offer is information, and you're not a malicious agent. Then perhaps we could conduct you out of the woodlands with all your limbs intact.
One.
Before we make that promise, though, I will confer with my party members.
Emery.
It's not really Emery. It's Sarah. Trying to remember. I thought what's her face wanted chemo.
Ambrosia. Yeah. So, first and foremost, Ambrosia wanted you guys to investigate chemo in Lemoore. Like, what do you know? Like, what can you figure out about this guy? And she also wanted you to go in and get him, because that's pretty damn important. So then she was like, bring him back to me, and we can crack this mystery together.
Okay, so she wanted information and she wanted him, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So not
and-
dead.
She did not necessarily say that she needed him alive. It was more like it was really more about it was like a what's the fucking phrase for it, for a trade, right? Like, you guys tell me what you know and I'll tell you what I know, sort of thing. However, the dude went in the hole and I have nothing to do with that. Like, it'd be nice to get him out. I have the stones, is what she was also saying. She has the stones.
And the stones are?
Excuse me?
What are the stones? I'm sorry, this has been a while. I don't remember.
Ilya was tasked with the retrieval of a series of magical stones that were said to that the Flayoon thought looked reminiscent of stuff that could be found at the Eye of Azrael. But you guys did not investigate that here yet.
Okay.
They're magical stones.
And so, Ilya, like, what's your like primary goal with it at this point for you? Like, it's your quest, so.
The Iron Cathedral wants these stones and will pay me
I would just ask at this point, because what you're talking about is important stuff. Are you?
Mm-hmm.
I would ask that you guys do this in person.
Oh, okay. So,
And
yeah.
that way we can garner, like, what are you saying with like chemo around? You know, what's going on there?
Right.
I present it back to you. Right now, you guys are all in the same working area.
Yeah, so, to my party members, chemo was only a point of information for my quest. To my recollection, he was not the primary goal. So, if we can get this guy safe passage, assuming that we're not again embroiling ourselves in something a lot more complicated than what we're ready for, then I'm okay with that. I don't, barring he reveals some incriminating information about his quest here, and barring that he turns out to be a scumbag, not a, not that kind of investigator, so to speak.
I'm just plugging this in for you because I'm not going to make you read your whole background right now, but you were plugged about who he was potentially working for as well.
Yes. I don't remember his name. Let's see. $100 gold.
Was it
Where
the Sons of Yin?
It was the Sons of Yin. Yes.
Sorry, I remember that because it surprised me from a different storyline. So,
What do I know about the Sons of Yin? Is that a knowledge people?
I would allow a knowledge people check or a knowledge dark check.
Well, knowledge people is what's the gats.
Okay.
Fuck, I don't know shit. That'd be an advantage.
Oh God. Yeah, you've really, when you were working, you're really working under the principle of like, customer privacy, right? You're like, just point and I'll go do it.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know jack about the Sons of Yin. I don't know if you guys do, but yeah. Actually, I'm gonna turn to Chemo and just ask the source directly. So, hey, Sons of Yin, what's up with that?
Okay.
we're great interrogators. Like,
He kind of looks at you for a moment, and then he looks at the rest of the group, one by one, and looks over at the Minotaurs for a moment. That is a dangerous question.
So, what question?
That is a dangerous question.
I am a dangerous man.
So,
No, you're not.
we have established that you will kill me if I don't do everything that you want.
I don't think I said that. I'm in that kind of mood, but I would.
certainly implied just now, Mr. Straight Shooter. Is that how we would like this to be? I must find a way out of certain death amongst whom I would consider peers spelunking into planes of mystery.
No. Like I said, you were a point of reference for my quest. So look for you, the Dajong with the gold cap tusks, because he has some rocks that are very important to my customers. I don't want to kill you if I don't have to. I have had quite enough of that.
I would
But
like
what I'm
to
saying
say
is, what I'm
Here-
saying is, I deal in dangerous information, dangerous people, and dangerous tasks.
you may have found yourself on a playing field where you and I are pieces. And on one side of the table sits a powerful source. On the other side of the table seats the Sons of Yin. I have much that I have learned from the Sons of Yin. But I see no reason to tell you right now, as knowledge is a precious commodity, and it is all I have as we stand. But you You are Norn. I know your ways a little bit. I know that you are a man of your word, a straight shooter, as you say yourself. I would be willing a trip.
Okay.
It could
So-
be as simple as this.
One more time to cut out.
It could be as simple as this. You tell me more about yourself. You allow me to scry upon you with one spell. And then I will tell you about the Sons of Yin. Yes, this is a trade, for sure. I will receive knowledge from you. You will receive knowledge from me. You will feel threatened by my new knowledge, and I will feel endangered by having bequeathed knowledge upon you.
Okay. You do something hinky, then it will become personal. I will leave it at that.
I'm not opposed to this trade, Ilya, but I do want to make sure you understand one little bit. You remember how magic worked in the other place where if I had to name things?
Yes.
And then if the better I knew them, the more my magic had a hold over them. That's what might be going on here. I'm not saying it is, but just so you know.
That will be the end effect, and I'm quite uncomfortable with that.
You said you'd be uncomfortable, to be fair.
Hey,
That's true, but
whatever you would like to do, I just want to make sure you understand that.
Know that you are in good hands amongst your peers who are all more than capable. Giving me leverage over you is indeed uncomfortable. However, I stand in this moment as someone with no currencies but the knowledge in his head. If I am to give you the knowledge that is in my head and endangering myself further, do you not think that to be a foolish move on my part?
true, but you did also tell me explicitly to not let the fact that I'm a principled man and a straight shooter to endanger me, which would be kind of what I'm doing by trusting a magic user, and I've had some real bad experiences with magic user. The ambition and obsession with magic and its power destroyed my father and put him into the hands of slavers, and the bitterness of that loss has not lost its edge with me.
This is all very wise to understand each and every facet of your predicament. And yet we seem to have found ourselves a stalemate. Is there one amongst you who would be willing to stand in his place?
Okay, I'll be willing to do it, with the understanding that if you try anything hinky on me, that will be a death sentence for you.
Oh, what? Now that he's interested in somebody else, you're okay with it?
No, I said I will. You can do it on me, not my party members. This is my bargain and my quest. I would insist that you don't.
That currently my life stands on a knife's edge. I only ask that you, at the time of my beheading, let me know the definition of hinky. But we may continue. Hold out your hand.
But before I do that, when I say hinky, what I mean is if
Not to be
you try to
confused with
use. Oh. That could be part of the bargain if you blink twice. Uh, if you scry me, you obtain some knowledge about me, and you use that to cause me or my party members harm, or you use it to put us in harm's way. You mentioned the god of the sly specifically. I will take that as a what's the word I'm looking for? Declaration of war is dramatic. I will take that with the utmost hostility.
Know that I will never give you permission to kill me, but I will use my leverage responsibly.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna look over to my comrades, and then place my hands in his hooves.
He's got actual hands.
Oh,
but
in his hands.
he's got like the classic like cartoon like 4-fingered hands, you know. And
What?
he begins to enact a incantation.
I'm gonna make sure to be like standing right over the elephant man's shoulder, like staring at him
Okay.
to make sure he
okay.
just knows my presence is there.
Okay, Bull.
His
If I
giant-
start drooling,
His giant ears are kind of like in your face. And he casts,
how's it smell?
but after about a minute, the spell is over.
Is he doing the
Okay.
same spell that I just got?
You can roll a witchcraft check to determine what spell he is casting.
I feel like if he's not casting what I just learned, that's awfully suspicious. Alright, glad I asked. Jesus, those are hard to read. 1, 2, 3. 3 success, 4 advantage.
Yeah, he casts Soul Scry.
Alright, he's casting what he said.
Yeah.
Which I can do too now.
Oh, Nito burrito.
So, for your sake, Dustin, not Ilya, Soul Scry is they learn your strengths, flaws, fears, desires, cunning, intellect, presence, and all associated abilities.
Yes, you told me yesterday, I think,
Oh yeah.
because I was there. I was
Oh,
in your house.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
we're sitting
he was
there. Yep. Funny. Yep, that's right.
Well,
That's
Kimon,
hilarious.
did you see something you like?
So he afterward he kind of takes a big inhale, and as he lets it out, he gives you a head nod. Very well. The Sons of Yin have a history that is old and rich. They are broken into many sects scattered across the world of dwelling. They, the ones that I work for in this moment, are set. Oh gosh, that noise, Ashara.
Yes, her mouth is very wet. And I hope that really transferred over the mic.
They are set. It goes the goal of the Sons of Yin, although varied in effect, have a singular goal. The goal specifically, I have not been able to purvey too deep into, but they have a keen interest in realms beyond ours. They believe that the stones I once possessed would potentially unlock a place such as this, a specific one that I believe to be close by.
A specific gate?
Indeed. However, I was not commissioned to go to this place. I was commissioned to retrieve these stones.
Oh, goodness.
The sons of Yin are dangerous. They are considered zealots, with many interests in play, many guards on the table and hidden under the table. However, I have found them useful in my scholarly activities. That is, I too am interested in what lies in the dark corners. What's the word I'm looking for? What's the illusion spell that the Fae use all the time, honey? Oh, glamour. That hide in the corners, glamored by Emendortia.
Yeah. So, sounds like your bosses were looking for a way to get into Corkeo Corpus, or at least gain a greater understanding of these gateways.
I do not believe they are interested in Corkeo Corpus. No. The place they are interested in is a different place. They have known a long time that the Eye of Azrael stays here. There is another place that they are looking for and are keenly interested in. I do not think they know where it is.
Could it be the Blacklands?
The Black Realms is not the place that they are looking for. I have heard of such a tale of a place, and it does not sound like the place that they are interested in. They... Scratch that. That's what he stops at. Before the they.
Huh. Well, they're not sticking their nose in my business, and to my knowledge, let's see here. My character's knowledge, do they have much dealings with the Onyx? Nope. Well, I can certainly understand a healthy intellectual curiosity, especially in realms unknown. Also, don't blame them for their lack of interest in Corkeo Corpus, having been there myself and killed by it 1.9 times, I would say.
Very precise measurement.
So, my brief dealings with complicated machinations of groups and individuals more powerful than myself for, Lamore level nonsense. Sure that there's something a lot more going on than a simple intellectual curiosity, but that's not really my business at this juncture. I just want those stones back so I... Wait a minute. The Iron Cathedral was interested in me.
You already have the stones.
I don't have the stones, do I?
No.
Well,
Ambrosia has the stones.
I don't think she would give those up.
She was willing to give you the stones if you brought chemo / info on chemo, maybe?
No.
No?
She said that you would trade info and go from there.
Okay. Well, the next step for us, at least, unless we wanted to Yeah, I would rather go straight to Ambrosia from here, or as straight as we can.
This is you speaking in character, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So we did have an agreement with Ambrosia to solve this mystery. And part of that included communing with her directly with you in tow.
I'm sorry, but Ambrosia's like all the way back at the Bracken Bastion. Her work camp. I understand that you have a deal with Ambrosia, but maybe you take Mr. Mystery Surprise with us and we go to the Grey Glade. I'm sure you'd love to join us, Chemo.
Well, Chemo, there is that option. I'm just trying to limit your exposure. Because I'm based on the responses I've had, a Dajong anywhere in the woodlands is a memorable experience. And I'm assuming, since Ambrosia has probably told people other than us that she's interested in very keenly in finding you, the more time that you spend out and about, the more likely it is that somebody else may get a hold of you who did not make a bargain with you for safe passage.
I will travel with you. I do not mind any detours, as it gives me an opportunity to speak to you and convince you of the magnitude of opportunity you have in front of you. Please
Hey, you're pretty big.
understand that my interests in these stones is virtuous, and it would benefit you to incorporate it into your agenda.
So, just a reminder, how much... Is it 100 gold, 100 silver per 1 gold?
Yep.
Uh-huh. Sorry. My task was to retrieve those stones and to return them to my customer. And as embroiled as I already am in some machinations far above my head, and any deviation from that will embroil me further and also include my companions who have endangered their lives in a profound way just to get you out of the Eye of Azrael.
Pound.
Tell
I
you
mean-
what.
Wretch exploded.
I exploded.
Are
Exploded
you
too.
are you what you would claim to be an entrepreneur?
I am not. No, I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm not looking for schemes. As
You just steal from them.
I'm not going to steal from my customers. I have a sword that kills anything. Anything living or dead, my sword can cut it very proficiently. But the arm that's swinging it gets tired. So the fewer enemies that I can make, and the more I can just mind my own damn business, the better. We just happen to be very, very poor at that.
Minding your own business.
Lots of fighting, lots of killing.
How
Which,
about
we're good at that.
I beg you, consider one notion. These stones that I had in my possession, if you would return them to me, so that way I may continue along my path and purvey them to those who are interested to begin with. You are not compromised. You simply forfeit your contract, and in exchange, I will give you 10 times whatever you were given, whatever you were promised to obtain these stones to begin with.
You know, I don't doubt that your benefactors have that kind of money. But my concern, because you say that your benefactors are interested in these stones for the passage into other worlds to understand them. You and I and my companions have been to another world. And we have witnessed forces far beyond the control of any mortal present. We have had a very, very small taste of what horrors, unimaginable gnashing mouths, and rolling chaos that lives and thrives and is commonplace in other realms. And whatever benefit they may incur from finding another realm, because it could be the home place of the Eldritch abominations, not the nameless ones, obviously.
Okay.
The profane. I don't know what that's about. I was thinking like the defilers, but the profane. Now,
Do not
A lot of
fear
gold is a lot of
what you
gold.
do not understand. That
I fear what has tried to kill me.
But maybe you appreciate what is within your knowing. I have time to convince you, but consider 100 times the value. And that is still on the table of what you were originally promised. But it has been a very long toilet, and I will leave you to soak on this. Certainly, the rest of your companions have some interest in 100 times the reward of pursuing me.
100 times? I thought you said 10 times.
He upped it to 100 times.
I'm getting
I
bragged.
don't even know
I'm
what
here
that
for
number
it.
would be.
Yeah, that would be 10,000 gold, which would be more silver than we will die with.
Fun to
Jokes
city
on you, I'm
on.
never gonna die!
More silver than we could probably spend reasonably, other than getting the swankiest possible set of armor. But,
Will
hey,
I be able to pay Emery back?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So I'm gonna confer with my party members. So there's no I in any of this. You've accompanied me on what has become a very dangerous and complicated mission when I thought I was just trying to retrieve a Dajong. And I kind of pulled him in closer with the figure. He is claiming that he can pay us 10,000 gold. Which is more money than any of us have ever seen, to my knowledge. But here's the catch: is the
Million
kind of
silver.
people 1,000,000 silver. Goodness gracious! Holy shit! But here's the catch: is people who have that kind of money are usually dealing in very big and complicated and messy things that we don't want to get involved in. We are already in the middle of a war zone, just trying to find an elephant man. I just wanted to pitch that for you and set it in proper context, because consider how things have turned out for us in Lemoore. Sticking our nose in other people's business.
That's
It feels like you already made a decision and you're just asking us because you feel guilty.
No, I have made my own decision where I don't want to get further involved, but I also want 250,000 silver. But we have to make this decision as a group.
Oh, Captain, my Captain! Throw
What is that? You need me to make a decision?
Shut
No.
the hell up, Wally.
How many onyx have you killed lately, Wally?
Oh, how many onyx have I killed? I am not a heartless person.
Well, I am.
I have made friends with many, and minotaurs. As a matter of fact, you in here has a love for blossoms.
Right. Look, Ilya, you all have done me a service that I didn't even think was possible. My brother's back to life. I'm indebted to all of you for the rest of my life. I could have never done that without your strength. Because there was no way I was getting through all of that. So whatever you want or need, I'm going to stand by you. Simple
By
as
the
that.
way, when you mentioned that whole bring your brother back to life thing, Wretch kind of scowls for a while.
Shit. Necromancy, though. In her defense.
Nope, wasn't me.
You came back to life. Why are you so uptight about it?
Y'all can't be too judgy.
Wretch came back to life by thinking about it really hard.
Yeah.
Good.
And
So is
Wretch
it-
has brought people back from life many times by asking a
Back
god.
from life?
Not that different.
And now, Wretch also, he hasn't reanimated our flesh, though. And I kind of died in the world's recycle bin. So, not like
Yeah.
I got thrown straight into the trash or something. I died in the recycle bin, and he picked me up from the refuse. So,
Tomato.
Speaking of which, I still have your bloody sand in my pocket.
thank you. I need that for later.
Ilya sand.
By the way, you're also still naked.
I'm not naked, I'm just armorless.
Did you pass off the blood, or are you holding onto a bowl?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Did you pass off the blood, or are you holding onto it?
I'm assuming I'm holding on to it because he doesn't have anywhere but his prison wallet to put it.
Oh, yeah.
I have clothes on!
Do your clothes have pockets?
Look, Bull really doesn't understand humans a lot. He thinks that's what you look like naked.
Yeah, I'm like literally wearing nothing under my avatar's armor. That's just his clothes.
I mean, this would be the financial opportunity of a lifetime, but I don't think that once you get in bed with the Sons of Yin, that it's a one and done operation. We don't have to do this right now. This is a thing that we can mull over as we get closer to Ambrosia. But I just wanted to put it out there what my big red hot bold lettered concern is for this situation and this task.
Fair enough.
Because, keep in mind, we have powerful enemies in Lemoore, and lots of people want us dead there. And attracting negative attention from the Iron Cathedral, who may not see this merely as a canceled contract.
Oh, we can take on anything now.
Like I said, my sword can take on anything. The hands that swing it are severable.
Fair. Very fair. Well, I
Then-
guess I get one step at a time. I can understand that. And Wallaby's been exceedingly patient.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn back to chemo, and I guess Wallabies. It's not a yes, and it's not a no. We will think on this offer because we literally just met, and I lost my life, and so did Wretch, just trying to find you. So maybe let that experience be a little bit more stale.
Very well. Wallaby is sitting down right now, and he's kind of like he's playing with a what's the word for it? A fidget spinner, so to speak. He's got a medallion that he's twisting around on his neck, and he looks up at you guys with a look of kind of sincerity on his face, and almost you can see bags under his eyes as he regards you. I know that. Sorry, I know that our original introductions to each other was a bit clandestine. And at this point, we hold no debts to each other, you and I. Referencing all of you. But I'm sure if you choose to pursue Ambrosia and head north, I have responsibilities to old Jack. I must pursue Lianan Shea in the Grey Glade. And I don't think I can turn back from here.
Right. So us talking about that was about the future decision to give the stones back to chemo and to let him continue on his quest or help him with it and then move on. I think that we all chemo agreed to travel with us to the Grey Glades.
Yeah, and then out of character, just so you guys are aware, all I'm stating, I'm not railroading at all. All I'm stating is that Wallaby needs to go there. He feels like he needs to go there now. You guys can totally part ways from him if you want.
I'd never leave Wallaby. He gave me my first rock.
I think the idea was to go, like that's kind of why we're going down this way, is to go to the Eye of Azrael, then the Grey Glades, and we can make our way.
Yeah, thank you.
You'll pull up a map.
So, like, to go back to Ambrosia from the Eye of Azrael is about the same as to go to the Grey Glade, roughly speaking. Both of them are up current or a hike, and each one is about 6 days, maybe closer to 9 days away.
So, what would it cost us to go to the Grey Glade and then go up north through Ambrosia's work camp and then back to Lemoore?
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I'm down with that.
Because we still have to go back to Lemoore for the
Killing the god's kid.
Yep.
no. Yes, but no. The arena for the sake of Stern
Oh,
Scientist
yeah.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
And that is very much time sensitive.
You are right.
We could just kill Science Man.
That would be rude.
He wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
Let me circle back on what kind of deadline you guys signed up for that.
It said it was like 21 days, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
end
I
of
think
the
it was-
Twillet or whatever.
Do next Twillet.
Okay.
The 16th is what I wrote down.
The 16th Twillet?
Uh-huh.
Okay. That is impossible. So today...
Great! Cool! Glad that was...
So, to be clear, the next Twillet is 9 days away.
So
It's weird,
we have
we
to
did-
do one or the other.
the calc to...
I mean, what is he going to do to us if we don't go back and fight in the arena? Kick us out of the building the next time we go in there?
Oh, and just so you guys are clear, it is 3 days later from when you entered the hive.
Are you sure?
We signed a contract with him, and breaking that contract would, as I understand it, remove any protection on his part. And he would basically be obligated to turn us over to the authorities. And that would remove any help that we would have gotten from killing the guy that was Frankensteined by Ammo, I want to say.
Yeah. So you guys he gave you the information you were supposed to fight in the arena. And then you guys dodged out of town. So, basically he wrote up basically a warrant, essentially. If you guys didn't do this within a certain amount of time, he could submit this warrant for your arrest.
Well, already
Which we
wanted
don't.
there, so what's another one?
Okay, yeah. What's another enemy? What's another enemy when we are desperately in need of allies in Lemoore?
So, are
That-
you saying, when you said that it's impossible, what are you saying is impossible?
We don't have enough time to get there and do it.
We don't have enough time to get there and do it, period, or we don't have enough time to do, like, Grey Glade, then Ambrosia, then Lemoore? Like, how many days
Yeah.
do we have?
I gotta circle back to that, because that wasn't the question I was expecting today. Uh,
That's fine, I just wanted clarification on it because, like, if it's one of those things where if we turned back right now and we could do it, or if we're just kind of screwed no matter what, you know.
yeah.
I know, sweetie. Personally, I am most interested in helping Wallaby, but
Same.
I'm cool with doing whatever folks want. I have to go let this very sad dog outside.
Bull is very unbothered by being wanted by the authorities if we go back to Lemoore. Because
Yeah,
we're
I would
already
probably-
wanted by the authorities in Lemoore.
I would kill Frankenstein Man just to piss off Ammo, personally. Because Ilya has a personal vendetta against them, but that's just Ilya.
Let's see here. I got the original thing here. Yeah, I'm having a hard time finding real quick the specifics of it, but I believe it was by the next Twillet, as you guys are saying, which would be at the time. That
At the
would have
point
been-
of us leaving town, we had like 20 some days or something like that.
Yeah. And so if you guys left day 28 hit in the black site, yep, killed Gilead. That was a Twillet day. That you guys did all that, and I think you hunkered down, and it was the day after the Twillet. So I think you have 39 days to get back, is what it is, not 20, because you guys would have requested it on the day after the 15th Twillet. And right now it is the 15th Twillet in 11 days. So the next Twillet is a light fade, the 16th, which is in 9 days. And then 20 days from then would be the next Twillet. So you have 29 days from today.
Was that
So
a
we-
sneeze or?
Excuse me.
We got plenty of time.
So we can, like, theoretically, assuming just by travel time, get down to the Grey Glades, up to Ambrosia, and back into Lemoore.
Say 9 days to the Grey Glade, 9 days to Ambrosia's camp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
9,
7,
8.
8, 9, 10. Yeah, so the way it is each square is 1 day on foot on like a paved road.
Okay.
So you guys are going through completely woodlands in perpetual darkness. Or upriver, like against the current. You guys made it down here really quick because you guys were going with the current. So in order to make it back right now, by going from the Eye of Azralam, it is between 6 and 9 days to the Grey Glade. It is between 6 and 9 more days to Ambrosia's camp. And it is between like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is between 9 and like 20 days to go from the Ambrosia's work camp to Lemoore, right? So like under good circumstances, yes, you could do all that. But you guys are not going to be operating under the best of circumstances. You guys are in a war zone, in a jungle in perpetual night, and you are going to an area known for basically being a fugue to the Fey realm, almost. You guys are going upriver. Like, there's other shit going on, so you might have to end up picking and choosing your battles here. Or fucking booking it.
Everywhere we went, we were running.
Yeah, I mean, I want to help Wallaby because he's made this mission possible, but I also want to spend as little time with Chemo as possible because he is most certainly going to stab me in the back. There's 0% chance he's not going to try because I let him live.
We can still change that.
Yeah, like I said, I said to Sarah and Josh, but his options are behave, or I drag him back to Ambrosia as a lump with elephant ears. I think I think Bull and Ilya together have the brawn to drag him to Ambrosia in a makeshift sled without any limbs.
By the way, just so you know, we discussed it. It's the next Twillet that you guys are going to have to make it back to, which is 29 days from now. But it is in the perfect circumstances to go from the Eye of Azaram to the Grey Glade to Ambrosia's work camp and then up to Lemoore is a 22-day trip. But it is probably much closer to a 30-day trip. Or even a 40-day trip.
Okay.
I think we could book it along the way.
Yeah, we can try to book it.
Okay.
Or potentially find a, like, do Ambrosia in a different way. You know, like, if we need to go to Lemoore and find a way to book it in a faster way, that, you know. I think that'd be okay, too. Okay.
If we cut him up really small, we can just have somebody else deliver him.
There you go. Facts.
He doesn't eat his legs, does he? We can have his legs.
We ain't had nothing but silliness for 3 stinking days.
Yeah, we need voice.
What do you guys say to your gathered NPCs now?
We have to do the Ambrosia thing, right? Like, I'm not gonna leave Chemo anywhere out of sight. Because, if we do that, he's just gonna fuck off to wherever.
We sail with the tide.
Back into another realm somewhere.
Yeah, in that case, let him fry.
I want to help Wallaby.
I want to help
Yeah.
Wallaby.
Me too, I like Wallaby. I think
I don't
we
know
should-
Wallaby.
Oh,
Imagine all the bonking you can do. And all the vicious murder violence you can engage in, Bull. Might be
Hey,
some
all I
enemies to kill.
I said I don't know Wallaby.
he's the one
You
who
know, I
introduced
just-
you to everyone else.
I don't know,
I know,
I'm just his
but I mean, like,
bodyguard.
I met him. We hung out for a
Yeah.
couple days. He took me to the club, and he's like, "Here's your babysitters."
Sounds like a close personal relationship. Yeah, I want to help Wallaby too, but we have to do the chemo thing now because we asked God to help.
I thought he was coming with us to Wallaby's thing.
What's up?
I thought Chemo was coming with us to Wallaby's thing.
Yeah, but it's just the timing is now a concern. So we're gonna have to. I don't know what this guy's athletics are like, judging by his physique. Not great, but
Well, if we put him out
Excuse me.
front, he can just knock everything over for him.
We've got a boat.
yeah, like you and Chemo stand in front and clear the trees. This can't go wrong.
We've got a boat.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're going down to the Grey Glades. I just want to figure out logistics. Logistics first, so that we are.
No, I'm saying we've got a
If we
boat,
We
so
don't
it'll
make
make
it in
us go
time. We
faster.
don't make it in time.
Yeah, I think we should go fast.
Take our boat
And then that'll
down
be the plan.
and just try to go as fast as we can when traveling, and everything's gonna
You
work out.
say that, Emery, but you know somebody's gonna end up carrying you.
Oh, also, I need Wretch
I
to
will
heal
be
some-
carrying
some
all
things.
of you on the boat because none of you will know how to work it but me.
Oh, you think we're taking the boat?
Yes, because boats faster than feet.
Not if we're going upstream, like Josh said we were.
Yeah, we're.
We would be going upstream if we take the boat.
If you guys take the boat and go upstream, you'll be paddling it with the oars the whole way. So it really just means how hard does Bull want to work?
Yep, that's all that it comes down to.
Also, I don't want to have to fight underwater shark beasts again,
In
because
the
I
pitch
am
black.
in death. What's up?
In the pitch black.
In the pitch black. No, thank you. My sword's not that long.
Yeah, but we might end up fighting the tree sharks
if we walk.
We'll be fine. They can't breathe up there.
Everything's gonna
Also,
work out.
I do before we set off. I would kindly ask our lovely Wretch Braventail to heal me and some of my crits
Okay.
because I got a couple.
Me too.
We're doing that now.
And my wounds.
Yeah, I'm at I would rate my pain on a scale of 0 to 21, a 16.
All right. Are we doing that now?
I think we ought to. I mean, the
I'm
decision
not-
is we are going down to the Grey Glades.
You
with
don't get to
Wallaby-
pick that.
What?
Mr. Rules Man. Am I allowed to do that?
Oh, sorry.
What? Yes.
Am I allowed to heal them right now?
Yes. So, as you guys are like, yeah, we're gonna do this with Wallaby, stuff like that, you guys hear in the background, oh, thank God! I was 80% certain if I went into the Grey Glade alone, I wouldn't come back. Especially during a night fade. Thank you so much. Oh, I almost thought I lost my job there for a second. Preposterous. It's crazy.
It is a little crazy.
So, what was the purpose behind so Leanne and Shay's in the Grey Glades for a particular reason, which
Leanne and
escapes me.
Shay is in the Grey Glade. She, as far as you guys aren't know, is a mysterious figure. When you guys were at the Bracken Bastion, some of you overheard Wallaby talking to a mysterious figure named Old Jack. And Old Jack was very worried about what Leanne and Shay knew. Because the Onyx murdered her ambassador, like, on site, like, instantly, when he started asking about a stone that he was trying to when he was murdered when he was asking about something that when he was originally all the way in the north, he was like, he ran into Emery and was like, I'll just go and talk to these guys and see if they have another one. And when he went over and talked to them, they just murdered him outright. And so
Okay.
Wallaby's boss is like, what the hell is Leanne and Shay up to?
Okay, so I remembered everything up to. I forgot that Lane and Shay was connected to Archek in that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which means they're connected to the bronze and the mystery of the bronze too.
They're weirdly tied to the whole, like, war between those two factions.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
anything
what
to
kicked
screw with
everything off, right?
Yeah.
Archek died, and then there was like, you guys convinced the other local gang to be like, make them pay, and they're like, all right, yeah, we'll throw down about this. And then they're like, oh shit, this is a much bigger deal. We're way in over our heads. We gotta go back to Paratisium and get our queen involved. And she's like, sorry guys, there's a war here too. I can't help you.
We did not ask them. They went hard without us asking.
Or
Yeah,
something.
and you know what? Anything that screws over the bronze, I am gung ho for. So if going to Leanne and Shay helps us figure out how all that nonsense started, I am all for it.
Cool. All right. So that's the plan.
Okay. Crit checks?
Okay, so Ilya, you want your crits checked instead of your health? Because I can't do both.
Yeah. I've got a crit of a 90. Probably start with that one.
How many crits do you have?
4.
All right. Mr. DM, remind me, am I doing these one at a time?
Yes.
Or just one healing
It's-
one crit period and then moving on and I can try another one later, or
You can do each back to back, but if you fail one, it's stuck there for a week.
alright, we're doing them all.
All right.
What's the first one?
I had to use a story point to re-roll with my talent.
Oh, are they just
Natural.
all hard for you, or does it say based off of the difficulty of the crit?
They're all hard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but my first roll with 2 yellows and 2 greens, I got 0 success and 1 advantage. So I re-rolled that with the story point.
Okay.
And now we're sitting at 6 success, 2 of which I can turn back into advantage if you get a lot of threat.
Okay, yeah. If you can, with some of the threat, you can bump, but basically, you succeed, and you don't take any more than the 2 strain.
Okay, Ilya, your 90 crit is healed.
Thanks.
Pick your next one. Rolling.
67.
Got it. 4 and 1.
4 and 1. Me too.
Well, rip in peace. That's how that goes. Fuck. Next one.
No, tie goes to the healer.
4 and 2.
52.
2 and 1.
All right, we win that one. Last one.
1 failure.
1 and what?
1. Just 1.
Oh, okay, then 3 and 2. So we healed 3 out of your 4 crits.
Okay.
All right.
Dope.
So you still
Bull,
have
how
you
much
still
health?
have a 67 on you? Is that right?
Yeah.
For,
I think that's
for
the
a
one that-
week? Oh god.
We did
The
our
only-
best.
You
Uh,
did.
The only
Thank
reason
you.
that I'm not as close to dead as I was is because I upped my threshold. But I am at 16 out of 21. It was 16 out of
Okay, so
19.
you need 16 healing. I'm going to use my Strength of Faith. Once per session, your character may use this talent to add success equal to the ranks of Discipline, 2, and advantage equal to the ranks of Willpower, 4. So before I even roll, it's a 2 and 4.
Wait, are you saying
Oh
this
god, and I
another one?
really did need that. Yeah, this one I'm trying to heal Bull.
Oh, as,
So that one's
as part of a short rest, long rest action. Got it.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, so 2 and 4.
oh, sorry. What's the difficulty on your cast?
Average.
Average. Okay. I got 1 and 2.
Okay, 1 and 2.
And what did you
I'm
get?
just going to take 1 and 2 away here. I got 3 and 9.
9
It's not great.
advantage.
All right. Yeah, so hold on. Now I got rid of that. Now I have 2 and 7. So I'll upgrade 2 of those advantaged. So I'm 4 and 5 is the end result.
Okay, and I rolled 2 threat. So you have 3 net advantage.
I already took that out. So 4 and
Oh,
5
so-
after I canceled out everything you did.
Okay. Cool.
So with that, Bull would heal from the 4. He would heal 10 because times 2 plus 2.
Nice.
All right,
Yep.
so 10.
With the 5 advantage, I don't know. Does Emery need anything?
Yeah, I have a ton of crits.
I would allow you to upgrade your next check on her crits.
I'll upgrade it.
So I healed for 10 then, correct?
Yes.
Correct. What are you at for
Okay,
strain right now?
9 out of 15. Let's go. All right, Emery, how many freaking crits do you have?
I have 3 crits.
What's the first?
35.
All right, back to the hard checks, huh? That's not a good start. Fuck you, yellow dice. I got
Well, it was
2.
only a 35.
I got 2 and 2, but I can make it 4 and 0. So what did we get?
1 and 4.
Oh, thank God.
So you
Okay, I leave it as
succeed.
2 and 2, so I take.
Yep. So with the 2 threat, I'm going to upgrade the difficulty of your next check.
Next one's
Okay.
a 6.
That seems fine.
Nice.
You have a crit of 6?
That's right. It has no
All right, I
effect.
rolled. Can I point out that I have rolled 2. I have rolled 13 yellow dice and gotten 4 blanks, but no triumphs.
God.
All right,
1 failure.
I'm sitting at. Okay, that's it. I have 2 and 5, so I succeed at that. And what can I use the 5 for?
You can upgrade your next check. It's fine.
One more left, baby.
I would also
Can I get
allow
any
you to
strain back?
recover 2 strain. Like
Yeah.
as a
All
instead.
right, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, instead, fuck that. All right, last one.
38.
Let's go. 3 and 5 could be 5 and 3.
Nope. 1 and 1. You're good.
Oh, thank
All right,
God.
3
That
and
one
5.
I have had since we were in that complex.
Oh God, that was the one that lasted a week.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
I use my 5
Oof.
advantage to successfully turn my two-handed hammer into a walking stick, and my voice is now raspy.
You're our hero.
You bet I am, Sonny. Let's get on that there boat so Grandpappy can take a nap.
Are we going by boat or are we hoofing it?
We're going by fucking
You're
boat.
currently on an island.
So
We have to
by
get out
foot.
a boat eventually.
My athletics
If you-
is like. Go ahead.
I would say if you would like to swim, the current is going in the wrong direction, and it's a day to get to the next land.
Well, I've got an agility of 4. My athletics is tits, so I'm just gonna run on top of the water against the current.
Oh, hey guys, I have a broken arm, broken femur, my skull is caved in. Oh, that rat fixed all that? Okay, well, he also put all the blood back in Bull's body? Okay, well, he also got, like, Emery to see out of both of her eyes again, and her fingers are all reattached? That's cool. Want to go for a swim? What's that? He's tired? What are you, a little baby?
I can put you on my back.
You didn't
Rat
offer
plate-
that. You made me feel bad for not wanting to swim.
I just forgot we were on an island, and I had so much confidence in you after everything you've done for this party. Brought me back from oblivion. Not even put me back together. Just out from the ether, and there I was.
Well, to be fair, by all standards, his healing is OP as fuck.
It is.
Hmm.
It is.
He's our hero.
All right,
You are rich. thank
off
you.
to the boat.
I do things.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
As you guys,
I'm about to be way less useful.
as you guys saunter back toward the boat, you pass large avian-like lions, dire wolves, even some animals that you've never seen before. Some of them even with almost like a luminescent wisps that trailing their paths. But you make your way through the labyrinthian shrubs and back to the boat. As you guys get into the boat, it rocks a little bit as Chemo gets in. Same thing with Bull. And Oliver walks up and goes, "All right, guys, I'll push off," and gets over to the front and gets ready to start pushing the boat.
All right.
Oh yeah,
thanks,
that's right.
buddy.
We got an extra body now.
And he
Who
starts,
I'm with, right?
yeah, he's pushing he's just like trying to help out where he
Yeah.
can. And so he starts pushing. And his feet just like start skidding in the mud. It's okay, I got it. And he like puts his back to it.
At this point, Bull jumps back out of the boat and helps him push.
Okay, wait. Before Bull does that, I want to go over with my current. I rolled advantage for this with my walking stick and my raspy voice. Be like, will you go help the ambitious lad there? All right, now you can do whatever you want to do. I just want to say my thing.
So Bull hops down to help.
Yeah, I hopped down, like, push with one hand.
Like over top of his head.
1, 2, three. He like chases the ketchup to help push it off. And with that, you guys all hop onto the ship and start sailing south. However, the current is pulling on this ship, and it is going to take quite a bit in order to get it to go in your guys' interest. I'm going to need... So you guys want to go quickly, right? Like, very quickly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you doing to operate this ship?
I
So,
will try to lead it.
On Bull's part, I will be willing to spend strain to paddle as hard as I can for the bulk portion of the trip.
Okay.
And I'll try to lead it to, like, smoother waters, so to speak. You know, like, navigate it so that we're fighting the current as little as possible.
Okay. Navigating the ship, although a mechanics check, this is a bit more of your ability to assess the waters. Which, I mean, that is more of a survival check.
Yep, that's fine.
So
You're not
go
gonna
ahead
hurt my
and
feelings.
give me a survival check. Note that with it being so dark, this is going to be an exceptionally hard thing because you're going to have to rely on the sound of the chop, etc., in order to make this sort of determination.
I believe in myself. One success, 3 advantage. That's what you get with yellow dice.
You navigate the ship as best as you can, and with that, Bull is going to strain against the oars. So to be clear, you guys are trying to keep track of being timely with this. The dotted line, between the black line and the dotted line.
What?
I'm gonna make a thing. 1 second. Rectangle. This right here represents the Thunderfalls. Okay? So, where do you want to be when? Because that's going to determine, like, if like, you guys are going on the day, you guys are paddling throughout the day, and you're like, we're falling behind schedule. Bull, work harder, right? In order to make it to the top of this Thunderfalls box, like, how much time do you want to make pass between now and then?
Looks like it would normally be a 4-day trip by road.
It would be, by road, this will be 1, 2, 3, 4. You're talking about 5 days by road. Double that for off-roading, so to speak, and you are in the woodlands. So I would say triple it if you guys were beelining, right? So that's kind of why I was going with those numbers earlier. You need to make... if you guys do double speed, right? So 2 times, each square taking you 2 days, it'll take you 22 days to do your whole journey back to Lemoore, like all of the stops that you guys included. 22 of your 29 days. So you guys are really going to need to pick it up a notch in order to be able to make it there, because you're probably looking at closer to a 33 to a 40-day trip. All in all, if you were to go at a normal, cautious walking pace.
Is the Gray Glades like this whole area, or just here?
So the Gray Glade is marked on the map, but
yeah, I'm looking at the map.
But that being said, none of you have been to the Gray Glade. You'll have to find it.
Not even what's his face?
No. None of you have been to the Grey Glade.
And I suppose he doesn't know where in the Grey Glade he needs to go.
So Wallaby stated earlier, he gave you guys a little bit of information on what he has. He said that the rumors have it that the only entrance to the Grey Glade is obscured by mist but framed in rainbows.
Okay, so it's going to be by the waterfalls.
So that's what you guys have to go off.
I remember that conversation now. We were talking about the waterfalls.
Yep. So that being said, if a hard pace right now from where you are to the Thunder Falls, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're talking about like a 10 to 13 day trip to the falls.
On boat?
A 10 to 13 day trip on boat up river right now if he pushes it hard.
But only 6 days if we walk.
So what I'm saying
No,
is you could push harder than hard is what I'm saying because of how strong you are. You can get there, yeah, you can kick it up a notch, but you're going to be exhausted most of this time.
Don't expect anything but rowing out of Bull.
Can I
But if you
contribute
guys
to
are
the rowing?
comfortable with a 10-day trip, he can push hard to try to get it.
Bless you. Would I be able to help since I have a brawn of 3?
Yeah, what if we
Yeah,
never stopped? Like, what if we paddled in shifts where you would paddle at night, I would paddle during the day, and the boat just never stops?
Yeah, so if you could stop, you would need to anchor, right? Yeah, that's a good point because day travel is considering the fact that you're doing a normal day's trip. Yeah, if you guys work in shifts, you guys could make this in 8 days, but that would require that Ilya works just as hard as you.
You can take it easy on the night shift.
Yeah, because that's assuming we don't do any fighting between now and then. And yeah.
You could also have Wretch on one side and Ilya on the other, rowing together. There's 2 sets of oars, so everyone could row at the same time as well.
I am not rowing because if anything bad happens and we have to take strain, I immediately pass out.
You're not rowing today, but you could row in the future.
If we ever get to go to bed, yes.
Yeah.
You guys just woke up.
Could I
Just woke up and walked through hell.
have a question.
Yeah.
If I were to say, I feel like we've known this boat a bit. Maybe I name
Oh
it.
yeah, we also have Wallaby and your brother who's physical now.
And chemo.
Yeah, both of those would be big helps in pulling the oars department.
You guys can, yeah.
But I was gonna ask if I got to know this boat a little bit over the course of this travel, you know, maybe I name it. Would I be able to magic it to go a little bit faster too?
Give me a witchcraft check.
You witch.
Vitch?
Somebody get the burning stake.
I don't know. We like that one.
Really?
3-3.
The boat is made of organic material. It has been coated in a special coating that is also an organic material. But that being said, it is relatively speaking, it's a skip. It was just a service vehicle for the Woodwards. So it doesn't have like a rich history, generationally speaking. However, yeah, you can use your cantrip magic, especially now that you have your ritual casting. You can actually make more of an effort to like, because that it would be harder than easy to like kind of wing this. So I would definitely say that even though the boat doesn't really have a name for it right now, you can add a name to it and like declare it and then subsume your will into it. And using ritual casting, you can essentially attempt to pilot this thing and innervate it, but you cannot do that and do the normal boat operation because it'll take like you'll have to sit there in concentration.
That's okay. That might be better for me if to do, because I am less useful in combat. If somebody else would be willing to just man the oar, or one of our NPCs help with that front.
Yeah. I would say with that ability, you could effectively, for the duration that you are doing the ability, you could do a walking speed on the boat against the stream.
Okay.
Against the Thunderfalls.
And then everybody else can make it go faster than that.
Everyone else could make it go faster, yes. Or you could even like do shifts, right?
Okay.
So like you could do it and then Bull could row later on, but then someone else will need to man the helm while he's rowing.
I'll just roll for that 10 days straight as hard as I can. No sleeping, nothing.
All right, what are you guys doing?
Spend 1.5 strain a day. That's it.
Yeah, do you want to just start classic and get your muscles moving first, and when you start to get a little tired...
Bull said he's rowing. He's expecting to row. Everybody else just do whatever the hell they want.
Alright. Is somebody willing to take the helm? If I try to magic faster?
I can roll a mechanics check and take a crack at it. I should be up top in case we need to stab something anyways.
Alright.
You and I are just as intelligent as each other, Ilya, so either's fine.
Well,
Yeah.
if we're swapping off on shifts, you're gonna have to be sleeping when I'm rowing.
Yeah, that's true. Shit.
Okay, I'll be captain of this vessel.
Okay,
It's a good look for you, Rich. Thank
so
you.
right now he's captaining. And Bull is at the oars.
And I'm going to try to magic.
Okay, so you're magicking at the same time.
Right now, yes.
Okay, let's start off with the helm check. I need a mechanics check from our illustrious rat.
Okay. Mechanic. That's intelligence, but not trained. 1 and 1.
Okay. Actually, Emery, give me your witchcraft check.
Alright. Is this going to be that ritual cast thing? Or?
Yes. Do you have any material components that you can use, maybe to write the name of the ship, etc.?
Shoot, I just lost track of what my role was. What?
Go ahead
Yeah,
and
I
roll
have.
it in a
I have mechanics. I have tons of stuff. I have 4 encumbrance worth of elk parts.
Nice.
So
Alright.
I can use some
Just
of those.
random elk parts.
Okay. There's also materials on the ship. What
Okay.
would you like to do in order to either make an effigy, a simulacrum of the ship, or you can attempt to like find a spot to be like, yes, this is where the heart of the ship is. You know, like
Yeah,
what are you doing
I wanna-
thematically to jazz this up?
Yeah, I want to make a heart of the ship, so to speak. I'll do some like little carvings into it.
Into what?
Into the mast.
Okay.
To start, it's gonna be like some really cute stick figures of all of us together
Oh,
in a little boat.
like all holding hands.
Yeah, and it's gonna be like really really childish, but very very cute.
Okay.
And then yeah, I'll kind of like bulk up the middle area with different parts of the ship in a meaningful kind of way, so to speak.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I will do. I will think on a name.
Okay. So
not-
do you name the ship? You're just gonna think on it?
Theoretically, I name the
Okay.
ship. My creativity brain is not working right now. I'll take suggestions if anyone has any.
Bodie McBoatface.
Thank you. Brilliant. 3 and 4.
The eye
Three and
of the
4?
storm.
So you do take 2 strain.
Yep.
Actually, the spell thing says you don't actually take any strain. Sorry.
It just takes a long rest amount of time.
So you sit down and
Current event.
You carve this in, and it takes a while. Especially since every now and then the boat goes. You hear shit against something. Sorry, as Wretch at the helm is still learning the ropes. But you eventually find your center, and you feel how cold this ship is. It has always been a utility instrument only, but you put some love into it, and you're like, hey, you're one of us now.
Yeah.
Right? And you start to like give it those vibes. Like, this is not a utility vehicle. It's not a house, it is a home. Sort of, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as you start pushing that into it, you feel it almost become lighter and sit easier on the water. Now, I would like Bull, please give me your athletics check.
Which used to be 5 greens. Now it's 5 yellows.
Damn.
No, it's 4 greens and a yellow now.
Oh no. Oh no.
6 and 4.
I rolled 7 failure. I rolled like maximum failure. So you're rowing. You're rowing up against stream, and
And he keeps running into boulders and stuff, so we don't
Yeah.
get any further.
you do progress, but it's a slow pace, and you're gonna have to make it up in the future. Is what I would say if it weren't for the fact that Emery is getting the boat along. And so between the two of you, you guys managed to make it. You guys start to round around the Eye of Azrael. Not all the way yet, but you guys start to come up on the further towards. Let's see here. Shloop. You guys are like over here by the end of the first day. Meanwhile, Ilya, having a chance to kind of just be here, so to speak, and kind of get your bearing. One thing to note is that your sword, which you've been attuned to for a long time, doesn't quite feel the same as it used to. Do you examine it at all?
Yes.
Okay. Pulling it from its scabbard, at least cracking it a little bit, what you notice about the blade itself is that it went from its dull gray to almost like a shimmering. It's almost like it. You know when like a pool at night has lights underneath of it, and the surface seems to have like white streaks that undulate with the blue and the black?
Yes.
It's kind of like that, but without the blue accents. It's more of just the gray and the white dancing lights to it. Not so much that it's like bright, it doesn't illuminate the space or anything like that, but you notice this to it. As you spend some time to get to know it, you have to reattune to it, actually, in this time. But as you do, you understand that it requires input, just as it has before. And in this case, it requires input of intent and prayer to Azralan. In essence, in order to affix some sort of affinity to it for the day. The affinities that you can choose are the following: fire, water, lightning, or earth. And earth is almost like force in this case. They're one and the same. It's like gravity, but also it's very akin to the ideas of force. And then lastly, cold, due to your affinity to the winter winds. And I'm going to go ahead and forward you something real quick, but the idea, so if you give it the affinity of fire, if something's weak to fire, then this is doubly effective, etc. Same thing with a lot of these other ones. But they all have special attributes to them as well that you can use. I'm just going to throw it in this chat with Sarah because it's easy for me to do it that way. So if you do fire, you can do burn 3. If you use earth or force, the weapon gains the knockdown and sunder traits, as you can knock people on their ass or break through their shit, quite literally. With it's almost like the weapon has mass to it. If you do lightning, it can do stun 4 with 2 advantage. And if you do cold, which Blister Steel is known for this as well, it acts as a pain mechanic. It's incredibly painful to be hit with this weapon. And they proc the trait 2 stress hard, which is every single time they do any maneuver, they take 2 strain, unless they do a medicine check to heal this condition.
What about the Voltaire?
What was that?
Water.
And water. Yeah, sorry. Water does. It does saturate, and what that means and the magic users here are probably aware. If you're saturated in water, it really fucks with magic. So in this particular case, as you hit them with the sword, it'll almost imbue them and their clothes and everything, and they'll have a viscous saturation to them, as if they had just gotten out of a pool.
It'll make them moist.
Yeah, it'll fuck with mages pretty good.
Ah, damn it. Okay. Just had to adjust the table there. Okay. That's pretty sick.
As the first day comes to an end, I need you all to give me a discipline check.
Ooh.
5 and 1.
2 and 1.
0 and 2.
I got a 1.
Emery.
Yeah.
Through the return of your brother, the feelings of loss from your entire tribe, and now having your brother back, part of you feels a bit territorial, a bit possessive. In fact, you start eyeing Wretch a little bit as you've kind of started to make this ship a little bit closer
I'll be right
to
back.
you as something that you've developed a relationship with. You've developed the territorial/possessive trait, and it is of concerning degree.
And it is towards Wretch for some reason.
It's because he was touching my ship.
Yay, concerning!
So now she's gonna be moody a little bit.
I have a lot of personality traits to keep track of on this list right now.
The personality traits that we got in the Down Under, Josh, do we still have those?
Yes, because you guys chose not to do anything about it. That is who you are now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just loud and sarcastic.
Yep.
That's what I came out of there with.
I would ask
was
that
loud
you
and
guys,
sarcastic.
Right. I would ask that you guys actually roleplay all of these traits. They should impact your game and the choices that you make.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm already loud and sarcastic, so.
That's beautiful.
And I got bashful and honest, as if that wasn't already what Emery was doing as well.
That's hilarious.
So
Yeah.
it's only like Dustin's character that really ended up with something different than.
Yeah, at least it didn't end up like who it wasn't Cloud Song, it was his other character when he got eye stalks and was also turned on by eye stalks.
Oh,
Oh,
no, that was
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Okay.
I'm back.
Hi.
Through the first leg of your guys' journey is relatively uneventful. You guys can go ahead and rest tonight. Those of you who are, what's going on here? It's perpetual night, so you guys go for 8 hours or so.
I'll take the helm.
Oh, actually,
And I kind of like push Wretch out of the way, like get just. I'll take care.
Sleepy time.
and sleepy time. Okay, so you're taking first watch, Emery.
I'm manning the ship. I assumed somebody else was gonna be.
Okay.
Still.
So Bull just pulled his first attempt, and he is exhausted. He will need to rest. Are you guys going to put anyone else into this? Chemo, Wallaby, Oliver, Ilya.
All of them.
I would ask Chemo too.
Okay.
Are you?
It's like, hey, there's a whole lot of you, and there's an empty spot about your size.
Of course, I am not above pulling my weight. However, it is very hard to me to find my way under this ship, given what you have pointed out. I will make my best. He is not very strong, despite his size. He's stronger than an average person, but it's not his forte. He's a man of science and learning for the most part. But he makes his way down there.
He put his calories elsewhere.
Super hunched over, trying to use some of the oars. Is it just
Isn't he
him
the
down
same
there?
size as Bull?
He's the same size as Bull, but he's like the fat guy, not the freaking like
muscle?
1% body fat Herculean Bull. All right. Most of his strength goes to lifting his own arms.
I guess. I have to make an athletics check since I'm manning the oars when Bull isn't.
Okay, so you and Chemo are working on it together.
Yep.
Okay,
Good bonding experience.
All right, go ahead and give me a shot.
Is he
Athletics?
behind you or in front of you?
Right.
I would rather he was in front of me.
Okay, I reduced the difficulty by 1 because of that dude's help.
Okay. 3 and 1.
3 and 1. Okay. How late are you going to go? Because a whole day has passed and you're going into the night. Are you guys just doing your watch shift, or are you going to skip sleeping then?
I can handle the strain.
I'm feeling territorial over my boat, so I'm gonna man the helm for a bit longer.
Okay. At the point that which Wretch and Bull get a full night's rest, it is about 8 hours past 10, so it's 6 in the morning. I need you guys to give me resilience checks. No, it might be discipline. One second, I gotta check the cheat sheet quick. Questing overtime, no sleep. Okay, so first of all, suffer half of your total strain value.
Okay.
And then based off of the roll that I had for Ilya, suffer 2 more strain. Actually, no, don't suffer 2 more strain. I will say that you succeed to make it to the end of where Bull gets a full night's rest, but I'm going to increase the difficulty of your discipline check as you are dead fucking exhausted when you go to sleep.
So how much strain do I suffer?
You suffer half your total strain value, reduced by the amount that you roll on your check.
Only successes count as reduced.
No,
or...
success. Yep, sorry, yep. Reduced by the amount of successes. Yep.
Is that a resilience check?
Resilience, discipline, or cool, your choice.
I'm gonna go with resilience. Holy shit! That is a triumph and 3 advantage.
So 2.
Two
You
successes.
recover 2 of the half.
Okay.
And what I'll say is, as you guys go to bed, and the other 2 wake up. First of all of you need to consume 1 day's rations, and Wallaby will feed himself, but you guys need to feed Chemo and Oliver.
I'll feed all.
What's everybody got for food? Because I've been counting my.
I got Oliver, but I only have 5.
You
food
have
left.
21 food.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Let's just say I don't have 21 food. I have food, but not 21 of them.
5, but I paid for my brother.
Okay.
And I eat with him and, chat with him about everything, showing him things as we go that we can see.
Yeah, he's really excited about the boat. He's never seen a boat before.
Yeah.
And so he's you guys had little rafts. You'd play in the river and stuff like that, but that's about it.
Yeah, so I feel a little bit less
So they've never seen a
territorial.
boat before, but she's the captain for some reason.
I understand how things work.
She actually took a ship all the way down here to Lamar,
Mm-hmm.
and she is almost as smart as you are strong.
And I'm very curious and ask lots of people lots of questions. So
Yes,
I did that to the crew.
she befriended a ship captain before almost everyone died.
Yeah, that didn't end well. But I learned how ships work.
Some would say it's not over.
Yeah, let's not talk about that right now. I feel less territorial over letting Ollie learn the reins a bit, so I'm teaching him how he could kind of man, like, the oar, so to speak, or not the oar, the, helm. Thank you.
Yeah, and you got like that tribalism thing going where it's like, if I teach him, then it's like he's like an insider and everyone else is the outsiders to like your possessive sort of thing, you know?
Yeah, Ollie can touch the helm. Maybe not anybody else at this point. So.
All right, what did you guys get for discipline checks? Emery, you stayed up all night long. Are you going to bed?
Yep.
Okay.
Now that I taught my brother how to man the ship a bit, yes.
Okay, so he will try to help out with manning the ship, manning the helm. It is still perpetual night on this next day. I need everyone to give me a discipline check in order to resist the call of the hunger. Excuse me.
Two success.
Okay.
2 and 1 again.
Okay.
5 and 3.
2 and 2.
Ilya.
2 and 2.
Yep. 1 second. Watch. I was keeping track of this better. 1 second. There it is. You feel pretty damn good about your sword. In fact, Dude, you fucking earned it, man. This is your sword. You stayed up all night rowing this boat, and you kicked this chemo's ass, man. You had to go across the world to find this guy. You had to go into different dimensions to find this guy, and look who's all beholden to you in front of you. You develop a concerning level of egotistical personality.
Oh, shocking.
That a boy.
As the night continues to set in on you guys, one thing that you've noticed in this in these last trips, and by the way, you guys are now about here. One thing that you guys have noticed is that the night is not as quiet as you'd expect. It was at first, but it's almost like it's quiet in the sense that there aren't the normal noises of life that you hear during the day. You sense the quietness of night. But there is another sound layered on top of it. A sound closer and more familiar to the likes of Emery and the Gnarl. It is the sound of the creatures of the night at play. The sounds that you hear are prey that are being played with. Creatures violently defending their young. And the death rattles of omnivores and carnivores, herbivores and carnivores alike. It is particularly bloody in its ferociousness. It's almost like that sound where you hear like a coyote and a cat fighting, and you know it's to the death. Like, it's like, I thought that when an animal got eaten, it was like, it jumped on it, broke its neck, and it was done. It was like, no, everything is in a fever pitch trying to survive, sort of thing. And it goes harrowingly long. And there's no end. There's no cycle right now. And with that, you guys spend another day doing your best to get to the Grey Glade as quickly as possible. I'm going to need checks from Bull and from Emery. Wretch, do you attempt to man the helm of the ship again with Oliver there?
Yeah, if Oliver's got it covered, I'll go find something else to be useful.
Okay.
I did not do a very good job day one.
And for the purposes of this, can you roll a green and a yellow for Oliver?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, he got a 1 and a 2. So
Second.
Better than me.
And then he rolls. Okay.
I got a triumph plus 4 success plus 3 advantage.
Nice. And then what did you roll, Emery?
1 and 2.
1 and 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Bull manages, between you and Bull, you guys manage to send this boat careening careening towards the Thunder Falls. Unfortunately, however, your training for Oliver was not wasn't perfect. This is his first day. This is now his second day on a boat, and he's sailing it in the dead of night with horrid screaming in the air. And the boat's going surprisingly fast, and it is hitting things and taking damage. Between the damage that it took before and now, it's not very good. It's getting broken. That being said, you guys make some pretty good time, and you guys managed to make it all the way to here on the following day. One, two. So that's the third day's distance. Just trying to keep track of this for myself here. And I need you guys all to give me on the following night. I need you guys to give me another discipline check, and I'll go to Ilya for. Are you sitting up all night again?
Are we doing discipline or resilience? Because you've swapped back and forth now between the two. Our last roll was resilience.
I think discipline for the call of the
Discipline's for
hunger.
the hunger check. I don't remember saying resilience. That might have been for. Sorry, it was resilience, cool, or discipline for staying up all night. But for the call of the hunger, it is a discipline check. Let me double check here. Make sure I'm not steering us astray. Yeah, it is a discipline check or cool check, not resilience. But that's on my bad if I misspoke.
1 and 2 on the discipline check.
1 second. Sorry. And then Emery, are you staying up? Sorry, who's taking second shift? Bull was pushing. Oliver was manning the helm, and Emery was doing her magic during the main day. But
what? I manned the ship, gave the oars to my brother, and was gonna rest.
So you weren't using your magic while I was rowing?
Did you guys have me use my magic? I didn't say that I was, but if you just...
Oh, that's what that check was for?
Yeah, was just Ollie.
I thought that was for your... No, you rolled for Ollie, and then you rolled.
I didn't know I was supposed to roll. I thought you were asking for Ollie's roll. Sorry,
You gave me 2 different rolls, though.
No, I gave you the same roll twice. I thought you didn't hear me the first time.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
that's fine. I'll just take the strain as if I did that. I guess.
There was okay.
Well, even if you weren't helping, would we have still succeeded, Josh?
Yes.
So you can just go back to being asleep.
But you wouldn't have gone as
if
far.
you want to.
No, that's fine. I'll keep it, but then I'll rest now.
Okay. So during the night shift, Oliver, Emery, and Bowl go to relax. Correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Who is taking and doing what?
By the way, I rolled 1 and 1 if you're still waiting for those numbers.
Okay. Thank you.
You said Elephant Man's smarter, so could he potentially try to steer the ship?
Yeah.
Emery did not suggest that, but speaking out of character.
Yeah, well,
Would the
he's
possessive Emery let a stranger control her boat?
She's pretty tired.
She was doing magic. Oliver kind of was like, "Hey, Chemo, like." He was like being really nice with him, and Oliver ends up sliding Chemo the ship after he's been up all night.
All right, thanks.
Yeah. All right, and I need 2 more. I need Emery's and Wretched's checks. Wretch, what are you doing? Are you helping out today?
I was trying to find something to help out after Ollie took my job.
1 and 2.
I'll do whatever needs doing.
We had someone on the. I mean, we do need someone to help pull. Maybe you're gonna go and help Ilya pull ore that night.
Sure.
Okay, and you could have rested during the day and been able to help out with that. So, and then I just need a discipline check from you.
Okay. Three and 2.
Okay. You guys maintain relatively well, but you can feel that the hunger is building. In fact, Bull, you develop a carnivorous appetite to a concerning degree. Like you're like looking at like chemo and you're like, never ate one of them. You're getting kind of
That's
a little bit ornery,
and that's weird coming from a cow.
right? You're getting a little bit ornery that like you've had to do all this work and no one's giving you enough protein, you know?
Where's my calories?
Oh boy.
I swear to God, if this affects deadlift day, you're all going in the drink.
Too funny.
Okay. So that's serious. Starting in on the 4th day. Is it the 4th verse same as the 3rd? As far as who's doing what? Anything you guys want to talk to anyone about?
At this point, Bull is literally like waking up, rubbing his face, and going right to the oars, rowing, getting off the oars, eating, falling asleep.
Totally whipped. I need chemo. I need Ilya and Wretch to give me athletics checks to help with the shit. Rowan.
3 and 1.
2 and 2.
Okay. Between the two of you, you guys managed to move the ship along.
Cool. I love moving the ship.
All right, and we're at 9. Are you?
Yep. Yeah, we'll stop there as you guys we'll start on the morning of the following day. So I think one day, this will be the start of the 4th day since you guys left. Let me just quickly
Start of the. And how many days do we have?
Day 39. Day 39. Yeah, you guys just spent 3 days traveling, not mistaken. So the 4th day would be one, two, why is this so hard for me? Just add 4. There we go, 43. Okay.
So are we going like a whole square during the day and then a half a square at night? Is that what we've been doing?
I haven't had the math perfectly broken out. It's based off of the successes and the magnitude.
Depends on how well we do.
Yeah, exactly. So then 10 and 4. This would put you at 11, so that puts you at 15. Okay, so you guys have 25 days to make it back to Lemoore as of this morning.
Okay, I'm writing that in my notes.
Speaking of our next section, that's Labor Day Monday, correct?
I suppose it is. Yeah.
So are we just doing a normal session at 6 o'clock, or is anybody open to doing something different?
Yeah, what do you guys want?
Down for whatever.
Cool for.
I think I have that day off. Let me check my calendar.
Yeah, I have the day off, but I mean 6 would be fine too.
You could do a longer one too. We could even meet in person if you guys wanted to. I'm cool with lots of stuff.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm going to be in the cities that weekend to see the lady.
And I've got that whole week off because of
Nice.
Starfield reasons.
Because
Nice.
Starfield.
Taking the week off for Starfield?
What? That's not what I said.
Didn't realize that we were scrubs in the presence of someone who knows how to get good.
You know,
What?
he's living life right, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, you know, you've found your way. Yeah, I mean, I would be. Oh wait, no, because I don't have Tuesday off.
Mm.
So if I left your place after, well, no, because if you have the day off, we
could
all have
start
that day off.
earlier and not go
Yeah.
to 9. We could do like a 10 to 5 or something like that. If you guys
Oh,
wanted to.
I'm cool with a longer session. I'm cool with whatever. I
Yeah.
currently don't have anything planned like that Monday.
We can also do a longer session online too. I mean, I don't know.
Because I plan on being
Whatever.
home like supper time on Monday if I do come up there, because that's when Starfield comes out. Is that like 7 o'clock?
but this has nothing to do with Starfield. It's just a point of reference.
It's just his timing, okay? It's just his schedule.
I think like a max session for me is probably about 4 hours
Okay, fair enough.
before I get capped out mentally.
I hear you.
Okay. So knowing that, would you guys prefer to do a 4-hour session online or meet in person for 4 hours?
Well, it'd
Just
take
do
me
on-
4 hours to drive up there and back.
Correct.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
just do online. It's fine.
You can do online and start earlier in the day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's just do
Yeah,
an
let's-
online thing, and if people are open to starting at like 5 instead or something.
Let's put it this way. Let's do this. Let's say right now that it will be 5 to 9, but let's all workshop in the text if we would want to do it sooner. Because I would like the idea of sooner rather than later.
Yeah, like
Do
that.
like a morning thing, or like, you know, something
Yeah.
that's like we do an intermission for dinner. You know, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd be cool with
Or
it.
like an afternoon thing, like a 1 to 5 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'd like that, but
Yeah. So let's just say 5 to 9 right now, and then let's hit it in the texts.
okay.
Okay.
I'm cool with that.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you guys for playing. This has been absolutely fun for me as always. We will see what you guys do up at the Thunder Falls as the Call of the Hunger lingers